Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? We back at it again, man. We are back at it again. Make sure you hit the like button coming in. Make sure you hit the like button coming in. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And thanks to the ones who have subscribed to the channel. Definitely appreciate it. Everything I say on this page is alleged. Fair use is in effect. Everything we talk about on here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. What up, Big Scar? Damn. I gotta look at it. Where you sent it to? Where you sent the message to? But man, let me tell y'all something, man. There's a there's a civil war brewing. There is a okay, I'll check. There's a global war brewing. It's to the point to where one would ask, will America ever be the same once all this is said and done, when the Trump regime comes to an end? Now, I'm going to tell you like this here. Me personally, I feel that they're going to have to pretty much drag Donald Trump out of the White House. They're going to have to pretty much drag him out of the White House. He's not going to leave. There is so much that's going on. And I thought about this shit. I said, you know what? I sit and, I talked about, some street shit, some rap shit earlier, but that's not even where my focus even needs to even be right now, man, because I'm looking at what's really going on as far as the antics and the straight isolation that Donald Trump has put America in. No, he's not worried about that. I don't think we're gonna even see a midterm. We're not even gonna see a midterm election. That's not even gonna happen. That's not even gonna happen. And when you say be man enough to walk where? Doing about face right back into 1600 the house on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? He's not gonna give up the money and the power. See, this shit that's going on in America right now, It's about two things, three things, really. They're gonna run this fucking country all the way into the ground. And if you are a MAGA supporter, diplomat, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they're loving this shit. Well, I even thought about that, Scar, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this here. I honestly think that motherfuckers would attempt to put that to an end way before that shit even probably happens if if it goes that far. See, this is gonna be another episode of where somebody, anybody, I don't even know. Oh, I know you can't if you agree with everything that's going on, then I would tell you to leave my fucking platform. Because this shit here, not even just with the illegals, people that they say that's here illegal, it's bigger than that. Because what these folks are doing, they are in the White House. They're in the White House while they're getting wealthy. Everybody else is getting poor. Everyone else is getting poor. These guys got offshore bank accounts that they're sending the money that they're making off the oil in Venezuela in offshore accounts. And this is not something that's fictional. This has been proven and factual. What happened to the $1,176 for the active duty people that's in the military? What happened to the $2,000 to the U.S. citizens? What happened to health care and all these jobs coming back so the American people can have a place to go and work and do good for themselves here in this country? Where is this shit at? All I see is chaos. All I see is chaos, murder, and threatening and threats, and that's it. I don't see nothing else. Donald Trump is not going to just walk. And who's to say that America can withstand 3 more years of this shit? You got world leaders looking at, they're watching. They're watching, man. But see, the only problem I have with this is that now these motherfuckers want to say something because they know they're dealing with a madman. Now these motherfuckers want to say something because he's a threat to the fucking world and to him, to everybody else really in the world and anything that's going on in the world. See, America's isolated right now. We have no fucking friends. We have none. And if you think for one motherfucking second that the U.S. Army can take on all these fucking countries, when they unite like they have, like China, then united with Canada. Don't forget, Canada is not small. It's a lot of motherfuckers in Canada. Not to mention, China got what, 1 billion some people in they fucking arm over there in China? Man, I seen what happened last time. I know you voted for him. I know a lot of people that voted for him. But I mean, I seen what happened last time. But see, this is the shit. You got that right. Hey, you know what? I can't even find I was just looking for your what you had sent me. What was it about? I can't even find it. I wish it away. Can you I can say you could have put it in the back chat here. But anyway, okay. I'm gonna go back and double check. This shit got me so fucking pissed off. Let me show y'all what these motherfuckers did today. I thought this was so disgusting, man, that to be any type of fucking man and to go and do this, man. I just thought this was just this was just unbelievable. But let me see. This is a raid that they did either today or yesterday or earlier today. But look what comes out the house, though, y'all. Look at that old ass man. Look at that old ass man. Ain't bothered nobody. Ain't came out the house. Ain't bothered nobody. Oh yeah, you was late. We went over that. You gotta look at the live. You gotta go back and look at the live. But I mean, goddamn, man. This what y'all go and kick down the fucking door for to go drag a fucking 90-year-old fucking man up out the house? But these are the hardened and rotten criminals that y'all are going to get, right? These are the hardened and rotten criminals that Donald Trump and ICE breaking in these people's houses going to get. But you know, I'm on the outside looking in, but I know shit. As soon as they get through with these, see, this is the tactic what they want us to think too. Like, you know, once they get through doing what they doing with, you know, all the illegal aliens, then they coming for the Negras. Meanwhile, you got a fake ass Black Panther part out here putting on pretty much trying to get money for themselves, threatening police, trying to get black folks out there so they can, you know, sick the dogs on us, shoot us, kill us, beat us. But see, this shit has been going on since the beginning of time, man. America got a stain on them so fucking deep, man. It'll never be able to, shit. Can't no fucking Clorox, can't no fucking gang, can't no Tide. It can't get this stain up out of America. We can go all the way back to the Native fucking Americans. And speaking of Native Americans, ICE arrested 3 Native Americans, knowing they were Native Americans. You know, knowing these motherfuckers were Native Americans. They found one of the Native Americans, but they still looking for the other 2. So what the fuck they do? Did they kill them? Did they take them out? Where the fuck are these other 2 Indians at? I like talking about Mo 3, but this shit here right here, man, this on my mind right now because once they get through with these motherfuckers, you never know. They might eventually come knocking on our doors. And it's either gonna be get your ass blasted or motherfucker go to jail, one of the two. Cause you ain't finna drag me up out of my motherfucking house. You ain't finna put no handcuffs on me. I guess I'm gonna go be sitting my black ass, my yellow ass riding up in somebody's fucking jail. Scar's not black. They kicked the door down. They beat this motherfucker man go down. This old ass man trying to tow up the fucking house. And y'all want to know what's so fucked up about it? You want to know what's so fucked up about it? Oh yeah. He voted for Trump. Just like Big Pressure. Just like one of my buddies back home named Kiki. Yeah. But this, baby, this is what these motherfuckers have done. They have isolated America. They have isolated America. No, I didn't see that. I'm pretty sure I will eventually, which is so fucking depressing and sad. See, all them world leaders now, they want to speak up. They want to talk about telling Trump to do what's right and tell these motherfuckers, man, these motherfuckers up in DC that's letting this bullshit go on along with MAGA. You know, MAGA happy about this shit. They loving this shit. They don't give a fuck if this motherfucker fall and burn down to the ground. Long as they got what they wanted. They don't care. They can give two fucks about what's going on, like what these people are doing out here in America. And see, it ain't even about them getting the fucking illegal immigrants. It's the how. It's the how. It's the how. But see, man, I try to, you know, get to the point where I don't have no fucking malice or no hate in my heart towards anyone that doesn't look like me. But you gotta ask yourself, if I was illest, how could I fucking trust you? Cause it's true, you got white men and women now that see that this shit is fucked up, and they are fucked. They're fucked up themselves. They don't know what to fucking think right now. I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna take everything in the world to get Trump up out of that motherfucking seat at the White House. That they don't give a fuck about nothing but money, power, and white supremacy. To be honest, I didn't even know that this shit could even extend this deep when it comes to this white supremacy, man. I knew it was deep, but I didn't know it could extend this deep to the point where you blasting, people that look like you. You're blasting white women. But see, OG said it though. Baby, you were like, I don't know, I don't think nothing gonna happen out of this shit. OG was calling that shit. He said, shit. They blast that white woman. It's gonna be all hell break loose around here. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. It is exactly what we're seeing. Let me look at this old ass man, bro. Look, the sad part about it is it's fucking negative 10, negative 20 degrees out there in Minnesota. Fuck is negative 7, 8, 10 here. I know it gotta be negative 5, negative 4 degrees in Minnesota right now. These motherfuckers got this old ass man out here without a shirt on and some shorts. This old man got a fucking pair of shorts on and a shirt. I mean, no shirt. You talking about heartless, man. You talking about heartless, man. And they say, well, yeah, man, when all this over said and done, all these people here, they gonna be catching charges, war crimes, and going to jail. No, they ain't. No, they ain't. They ain't going to jail. They ain't going to jail. They ain't getting charged for these motherfucking crimes that they doing. They ain't getting charged for Renee Good's fucking death. They're not getting charged for that. This shit is just, this is sad, man. This is some wicked ass shit, bro. But check this out though, right? Now I know this happened today.
New CBS News polling is showing that many Americans do not approve of how ICE is conducting its operation in Minnesota. 61% saying ICE is being too tough when stopping and detaining people, and more than half say the Trump administration is not focused on dangerous criminals. CBS's Ian Lee is in Minneapolis with the very latest.
ICE agents broke down the door to this house and took away a man in St. Paul over the weekend. But his family wrote on GoFundMe he was returned an hour later because he's a U.S. citizen with no criminal record. DHS says it's made more than 3,000 arrests in the Twin Cities since Operation Metro Surge began last month. Justice Department officials are vowing to press charges against a group of protesters who disrupted a church service on Sunday. The demonstrators allege one of the pastors leads the local ICE field office. A federal judge has ordered ICE agents to stop using tear gas, pepper spray, and other non-lethal munitions against peaceful protesters and people who are recording ICE movements.
A little ridiculous.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem told Face the Nation the orders don't change anything.
We only use those chemical agents when there's violence happening and perpetuating, and you need to be able to establish law and order to keep people safe.
This bitch going to hell.
Patty O'Keefe was recently pepper sprayed and detained while following ICE.
These ICE agents are dangerous. They are prone to violence. They are undertrained, and they're angry.
CBS News has learned the Pentagon has 1,500 active duty soldiers on standby if President Trump invokes the Insurrection Act. The troops are from the 11th Airborne Division at Fort Wainwright, Alaska, and are highly trained for battle in cold weather extremes. Temperatures in the Twin Cities are forecasted to be below zero later this week. Ian Lee, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Now, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch though? Baby, don't harass Scar here.
We're celebrating 50 years of
Ain't
treating
that
you
a
like
bitch though,
family.
y'all?
Pay what we pay.
These motherfuckers went and took this man out his house just because he had. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. One of them dirty motherfuckers that's in that neighborhood said, "Yeah, he's not from here. He's a foreigner. He ain't gotta be from here to be a motherfucking citizen. Goddamn it, he ain't gotta be from here." Yeah, he's a monk. Yeah, he's a monk. But the thing about it is though, man. Let's just say if he was here illegal, he got up. He left out in peace. He didn't give him no fight. He didn't do anything to him. They could at least let the man put on a motherfucking shirt, cold as it is out there. And then exactly. Then this motherfucker is a U.S. citizen. Didn't give a fuck. If he had a fucked up accent, if they didn't like the accent, then they they gonna say, we just trying to see if you ain't we know you ain't born because you got an accent. So I guess they come and see my ass, up here or whatever. I guess I got an accent too. They can take my ass to jail. I mean, man, this shit is, man. This shit is pathetic, man. I'm talking about pathetic on all levels. But like I say, I see shit that's going on in the entertainment world, and I understand. But man, I'm telling you, man, I just. Meanwhile, though, exactly. But, and that's why I say, OG, them motherfuckers had the audacity. They still ain't found them other two Indians. They don't even know where the fuck they at. They came in Minnesota, arrested the fucking Indians, let one go, but the other two they ain't even found yet. What the fuck they do that at? But this is their fight. This is their problem right now. Because January 6th, Trump showed them motherfuckers exactly who he was. And all he did was went back to the drawing board with him and his buddies. And they said, you know what? This is how we're going to do it this time. And we going to drive this motherfucker into the ground. Besides, our old ass going to die any motherfucking way. So it don't matter if we run this bitch into the ground or not. See, America, they'll never forget about this one here. And you know what kills me, y'all? You know what really fucking pisses me off and kills me? Was when them motherfucking airplanes came and knocked down them goddamn buildings in New York. Then everybody want to act like you motherfucking kumbaya. But soon as that shit over with, nah, fuck you, nigger. I hope you die, nigger. Come here, let me take your black ass to jail. And if I go back and look at them 9/11 tapes, you know what I saw on them 9/11 tapes? I seen motherfucking immigrants in New York helping all these motherfuckers escape from under that goddamn rubble when they was trapped inside them fucking buildings. That's who I saw climbing through rocks. That's who I saw running to fucking burning buildings and shit. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that was up in them jobs, baby, when the bitch was coming down. I'm not talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about when it was going on. When I look at them tapes, that's what I seen. So that is true. I seen motherfuckers running through there helping white men and black men and brown men, whoever the fuck was up under there, they went and got them. But just the fact that shit there though, motherfucker kumbaya. I'm still pissed off about them dragging that dude up out of that motherfucking house though. So then we go here today.
In Ukraine, Greenland, and Venezuela, but he's still focused on Iran, where officials are threatening an all-out war if the U.S. tries to take out the Ayatollah. Fox News correspondent Trey Yinks has more from Tel Aviv.
The protests have largely tapered off in Iran following a brutal crackdown by security forces. But President Trump is hoping to keep the momentum going, saying over the weekend that it's, quote, time to look for new leadership in Iran. Iran's president responded with a new warning that any attack on the supreme leader would be considered a declaration of war, while Ayatollah Khamenei once again blamed the unrest on President Trump.
Worse than domestic criminals are international criminals, and they will not be spared either. This matter must be pursued and investigated.
President Trump's threat of regime change packs more of a punch following the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
They know he's willing to use force, but they never know if he's going to use it in a specific situation. And I think the Ayatollah is very much taking that into account.
Some Republicans on Capitol Hill are now calling on the president to use this moment as an opportunity to actively work toward toppling the Iranian government.
I think the U.S. should be taking every step possible to end this regime. The Ayatollah Khamenei hates America.
We are supporting the Iranian people to get their country back and get rid of the Ayatollah and the murderous regime there.
But there are growing concerns from some Mideast allies that any American strikes on Iran could spill over into a broader regional conflict.
I think they're always concerned with American military strikes or Israeli because they know that the repercussions exist.
Iranian officials say at least 5,000 people died during the crackdown. The true number is expected to be much higher. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yinks, Fox 13 News.
Rescue teams in Spain still searching for survivors following a high-speed train collision that left dozens dead and more than 150 people injured. A train traveling from southern Spain to the capital, Madrid, somehow went off the rails, jumped the track.
This is the shit that we are putting up right now, Will, fucking around with Donald Trump and his fucking people that he got that's scared to say something to him. You know, they might well cancel fucking Congress. That shit don't even exist. That's some bullshit. But I'm telling you, man, where do we go as American people that live here? Where do we go now? Because I think that right now, it's too far gone, man. It's too far gone. It is too far gone. This man has isolated America from everybody. Don't nobody want to fuck with Americans right now. Nobody. Who want to fuck with an American? Who want to fuck with an American right now? When all you see is motherfuckers going in here pretty much kidnapping. Venezuela was just the tip of the iceberg. How you figure you good because you live in Texas? How you figure you good because you live in Texas? That don't mean that you good. That don't mean that you good. And this fucking Black Panther Party that they got out now, they ain't come to save nobody. I wouldn't trust them sorry motherfuckers. Cause they out for their own type of shit, man. I think that the MAGA supporters, the Donald Trump supporters, man, I think they all need to be checked for mental health, illnesses and shit like that. What up, OG? What up, OG?
Hold on.
Oh, the country right now, because of greed, white supremacy, selfishness, pettiness, stupidity. Sad part about it, it ain't no outside forces. It ain't no outside forces. All this shit, he was talking that bullshit, talking about the enemy within. Who was he really talking about? Didn't have the nerve to say that white Americans were mistreated with the legislation of civil rights laws. That white people were mistreated with the civil rights laws. See, that was that spark that all MAGA needed to hear. Is it that America was always meant to fall or meant to go through this hill? Because it was stolen. America was stolen. That's why it amazes me that you got all these motherfucking ICE agents running around here, running in here. You know what's crazy about ICE agents? Half of them motherfuckers are immigrants. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I believe that, baby. What up, OG?
You know Trump is dead, right?
Say what now?
I say, Trump is dead, right?
What's that?
Not only did he isolate himself from the European Union, he just gave Putin the green light to take over Ukraine. I think him and Putin in cahoots together.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Because he know now the United States ain't got Europe's back, so Russia could now steamroll into Ukraine.
Which that should be going on right now as we speak, huh?
Yep.
You know, the problem with a motherfucker like Donald Trump, he has never been told no.
Nope. That's why he ran up in them women, because they told him no.
Yep. He has never been told no. Well, baby, we don't care about Ukraine either. I got a motherfucking safe house two doors next to me, and them bitches never speak to me. But the thing about it is that the same game that he's playing, Trump playing over here.
Yep.
I mean, I don't, a lot of people say, man, Trump and MAGA supporters or white Americans that are exposing themselves. I don't understand that because that's been the case here in this country. It's been that way in this country. I guess it's gonna be the real movie, The Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it's gonna be. And see, them motherfuckers, I think a lot of it too, man. They were saying that about the oil money going over there in what's that, Qatar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Them motherfuckers getting wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. Man, when they walk up out of here, whenever they get done driving America down into the fucking ground, all the way into the ground, they'll be up under them bunkers. They'll everybody else will be wiped out. My biggest thing is though, I don't need to see no wars coming, man. I ain't sending my son to no motherfucking goddamn army where motherfucking get what's called drafted and shit, because that's what's gonna end up happening. Because they gotta fight everybody, man. So OG, that means that so Canada then joined up with China and that means that Mexico might be doing it too.
We're gonna be isolated just like North Korea and Iran. Ain't nobody gonna want to deal with us.
So what happens then? That means that's when the dictatorship comes in, right?
Yep. You know how you get rid of dictators? You gotta remove them. They just don't leave. They just don't leave. You gotta remove them.
So let me ask you this here, man. How do you see this going? How do you see this going, man, in the next 3 years? You think Trump just gonna walk up out of there?
Nobody stroke out. I don't want nobody to take him out because I don't want him to be a martyr. I want him to stroke out. Because because once he stroke out, MAGA's done. JD Vance ain't got no pull like Trump. MAGA's over if Trump strokes out.
Let me ask you something, man. Do you think that them motherfucking white folks when why do I keep saying us? Because I live here right now in the physical form. But I'm gonna say this here though, man. I still think a lot of this shit got to do with Obama too, man. White America could not. They could never get over that, man.
Facts.
They could not ever get over fucking Obama getting elected twice, man. It's like that shit did something. I don't know, man. It seemed like that shit did something to them, man. Like it fucking killed motherfuckers inside.
Let me tell you what the bottom line is. They don't want black people in power because they think we're going to do the same thing to them that they've been doing to us for the last 400 years. That's why they have so much hate and disdain for people of color. It ain't nothing but fear and ignorance.
And that motherfucking white people should have 100% power over black folks.
Who said that?
Well, that's what they believe.
Shit.
That's what they believe, man. I just know, bro. I just know. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. They say somebody would tell me today, say in my city here, man, that they were chasing motherfuckers all day today too, man. You know what I'm saying? Running around this motherfucker chasing some Hispanic dudes and Venezuelan dudes and shit like that. You know, Obama, I don't know, Scott. Obama didn't have no power. Anything Obama did, them motherfuckers vetoed that shit. Them motherfuckers, they was even fucking with Obama for wearing a tan suit. And they said that was unprecedented. I don't even understand it no more, man. But you know what, the OG, bro? He finna send them troops in there because Minnesota ain't finna sit down. Minnesota ain't finna back down now. That shit too far gone now. It's too far gone. It is too far gone. They ain't finna back down right now. I think they gonna have to lay their ass out in order for them to get up out of Minnesota. They gonna have to take everybody ass to jail. But them folks ain't finna lay down. There's not finna do that. But you know, I still think, you know, remember I kept saying, why Minnesota? And I know the Somalians and shit is there, this and that there, man, but don't shit be going on in Minnesota, man. Nothing. Don't shit go on in Minnesota. I tell you one thing about Minnesota, though. Turn what immigrants in? But you know, like I say, man, I go to Minnesota or whatever. Man, you go to that fucking Mall of America, and that's it. Now I ain't gonna lie, you see all type of motherfuckers up in there, but it's like, man, it's like I think Minnesota just was a stepping ground for this shit. What up, baby?
Hey, what's up? Why not Minnesota? First of all, you know, him and that lady Ilhan Omar didn't get along, and she was like in his face talking mad noise. Tim Walz is the Democratic governor. So why not? And they knew about and they were investigating the Somali fraud when Biden was in office. So why not?
Yeah, but I mean, you got California, you got New York. I mean,
have you been to Minnesota? I went to Minnesota 2 years ago? It's Somalis everywhere. It was weird. It's Somalis everywhere. So to me, it was an easy target. Why not Somali? And he told them he's getting rid of their temporary status. They need to move. You got whole communities I've seen on YouTube that are nothing but Somali. They don't even speak the language. So why not go there and raid them, get them up out of here? He told him he wanted them out before February. They ain't moving. So
let me ask you this though. I haven't seen fucking one Somalian get drugged up out the house or raided. You been seeing Somalians, OG, on the news?
I saw not lately, but I saw one they're back in Somalia crying on YouTube, talking about they hate it here. You know, please, Americans call.
So why are you still here?
They're in Somalia.
No, I'm talking about in Minnesota. Why is ICE and all these troops and stuff still there when you say they back in their country? I ain't seen no fucking Somalians get arrested. You OG?
Because that's what the news wants you to see. But I think they said it's over, 80,000. And
where they at, baby? Where they at?
Have you been watching YouTube?
I've been watching the news, the shit I've been showing you.
Okay, you didn't see that YouTuber, what's his name, Nick Shirley, that was going to those daycare centers, to going to those grocery stores, go to those Somali. They don't even speak a lick of English. I mean, these whole communities are Somali. So I know they probably not putting it on the news, but I know they're raiding those areas. He told them he wanted them out by February, and trust me, they are going. It may not be on the news because it looks bad, but I know that they're raiding those entire Somali communities. They're trying to hide.
I'm just saying.
And I saw the other day,
baby, I don't see no fucking Somalians. That's what I'm telling you. I don't see them.
Just because you don't see it don't mean it's not happening. They're just not filming it. But there was another a lady, Somali, her dumb ass had a. Can I say what I want? Can I talk?
No, because they're filming every fucking thing else. How they not? Go ahead. Let me see Somali.
The Somali community is closed off. Now, when you go to a neighborhood where there's like mixed, where there's, Americans and, Somalis and other immigrants, you're going to have people like, ordinary people that are going to film that shit. Somalis are hiding. So then I don't think maybe they're filming it for other Somalis, but they isolate. They did that to themselves though. They isolated themselves. Huh?
I said, hold on, I hear you. I'm trying to turn this off.
Hey, Alex, I got to drop off for a minute. Something's wrong on my screen here. I'll be back.
There you go. Hold on, baby. Here we go.
They had another, was it 2 days ago? The Somali lady that I guess she owned a daycare was mad because they took her dang Ferrari.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. I see what you're talking about.
What? Nick Shirley has been going, he's a YouTuber.
They weren't there for a fugitive hunt. On paper, this was a routine compliance inspection of a state-licensed childcare center. The facility was run by Amina Farah Hassan, a 45-year-old director with a reputation that raised no suspicion. According to state records, she operated 5 separate childcare centers in the Twin Cities. Her files showed that she was caring for more than 820 children every day. Because of these enrollment numbers, the government subsidies arrived on time.
State and federal agents had already raided Ali's daycare center in South Minneapolis. The business was suspected of billing the government
quietly and reliably. Over 4 years, the total amount paid to her network exceeded $2.8 billion. But when the agents stepped out of their vehicles and approached the front door, the building was silent. There were no parents dropping off kids. There was no noise. The windows were dark. The lead inspector keyed the lock and pushed the door open. The air inside was stale and cold. The space felt wrong immediately. Toys sat on the shelves, arranged in perfect rows, covered by a thin layer of undisturbed dust. Cribs were fully assembled in the nursery, but the mattresses were pristine. They had never been slept in. Attendance sheets were posted on the wall, carefully filled out in blue ink. Every box was checked. Every name was accounted for. Yet, the room itself had never known life. This single center had received more than $46 million in taxpayer subsidies over the last 12 months. Yet there was no evidence that a single child had ever spent a full day there. Inside the director's private office, investigators found the proof of the deception. On the desk lay a heavy binder containing a fraudulent roster of more than 700 children. As agents flipped through the pages, they realized the sophistication of the scheme. These weren't just random names. The network had created synthetic identities. They utilized real social security numbers, purchased on the dark web, paired with falsified birth certificates, manufactured in a backroom print shop. They had created an army of ghost children who existed solely in the state's payment database.
To a fraud scheme that totaled $250 million for funding that was for a nonprofit that was supposed to help hungry children.
But the true horror was in the steel safe bolted to the floor in the corner of the room. When the forensic locksmith forced it open, they didn't just find ledgers. They found $38 million in cash, shrink-wrapped in black plastic. Sitting on top of the money were 5 heavy packages stamped with a specific insignia, the scorpion logo of the CJNG cartel. At that moment, the inspectors realized this wasn't just welfare fraud. This wasn't just someone skimming off the top. This was a money laundering terminal for a transnational criminal organization. Amina Farah Hassan wasn't running a daycare. She was running a bank for the cartel, funded entirely by American taxpayers. If you believe that stealing money meant for hungry children is a crime against humanity, hit the like button and comment justice below. The inspection had turned into a crime scene. By mid-morning, federal auditors began pulling the deep records tied to the facility's licensing numbers. What they found violated every standard of logic. The files showed that Samira Abdi Hassan, a relative listed as a co-director, was managing multiple sites simultaneously. Birth dates for the children overlapped.
The latest allegations add to a growing list of
fraud investigations in Minnesota. So far, 92 people have been
Wow.
charged, including 82 Somali Americans.
Home addresses were duplicated across different cities. Yet, from 2021 to 2025, the total reimbursements for the network reached $2.8 billion. In some months, deposits exceeded $74 million. The money was routed through 43 intermediary accounts before being redistributed. Less than 4% of the funds could be tied to legitimate operating expenses like food, rent, or payroll. There were no food supply contracts, no maintenance costs. Instead, the numbers told a different story. Funds were wired overseas in batches. Each transfer kept just below the federal reporting threshold. $312 million was processed in less than 9 months through a single account that never paid a single employee. The money was moving to East Africa, the Middle East, and shell companies in Mexico. This operation didn't survive because it was hidden. It survived because it looked normal.
Some 78 people that were charged, 72 of them were from Somalia.
Behind the perfectly completed forms was a financial machine draining billions. Investigators discovered that the network had executed elaborate theater operations to fool the neighbors. They found a schedule in Amina's digital files labeled simulation shifts. It detailed rotations for actors hired to park cars in the lot during drop-off hours. They even installed outdoor speakers hidden in the bushes that played pre-recorded audio tracks of children laughing and playing on a loop during the day. They maintained a fleet of used car seats that were moved between vehicles to make the parents look legitimate. It was a Hollywood-level production designed for an audience of one, the state inspector. By evening, the course of the investigation shifted from an audit to a manhunt. At 11:58 p.m., federal prosecutors issued authorization for a coordinated operation. This was no longer an inspection, it was a sweep. Within minutes, teams mobilized across Minneapolis. All 5 childcare facilities owned by the network were raided simultaneously. An additional 12 affiliated offices were breached.
The State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, who licenses childcare centers, didn't comment either.
As teams moved through the buildings, alarms began triggering across the financial network. Money started moving fast. In less than 18 minutes, more than $96 million was frantically rerouted through financial tunnels designed to collapse once activated. Someone on the other end knew the feds were inside. Then, confirmation arrived that turned the operation into a pursuit. Surveillance systems recorded Amina Farah Hassan leaving her residence hours earlier. License plate readers tracked her vehicle heading south. Maritime records showed a private vessel scheduled to depart before dawn. She was running. But the investigation led to a darker location. By 2:18 a.m., analysts tracing the encrypted communications identified a hub 30 miles outside the city.
FBI Director Kash Patel promised a surge of resources to investigate, and lawmakers in the House are expanding their own investigation.
It was an industrial property listed as abandoned. Tax records showed no activity for years, but utility records told a different story. Electricity usage at the abandoned site surged every night. Water consumption exceeded 90,000 gallons per day. At 3:06 a.m., aerial surveillance confirmed movement. Vehicles were entering the compound in timed intervals. Exhaust plumes rose from multiple vents. This wasn't a warehouse. It was a factory, and it was being funded by the money stolen from Minnesota's children. We are tracking the arrest warrants for every individual involved in this ring. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the updates. At 12:20.
So, baby.
You answered your question. That's why they hid in Somalia like that.
No shit. I didn't know all that shit was going.
I knew. That's why they hid in Minnesota like that. It's really weird. And these people driving around in I mean Ferraris, Lambo, you know, and they're supposed to be what do you call Muslims and modest and stuff. Lexuses, they have nice vehicles. They were bragging. They did it to themselves though, because they took a lot of these YouTube pages down. They were on YouTube bragging about the stuff. So they dumb.
Them motherfuckers had all that money.
So now do you understand why they're hitting Minnesota like that?
I understand. OJ, you want to start up a fraud daycare service?
Nope, I ain't got time to be done with yard apes.
God damn. But they said she was running for the Venezuela cartel.
But I thought it was all intertwined. I think they said it was South America, Saudi Arabia, and I thought it was the Horn of Africa. So it was like an international.
She was keeping up with all that shit.
Exactly, using taxpayer money to run this fraud scheme. And I think what's his name, that Representative Ilhan Omar, you know, he don't like her. She got a smart ass mouth, but her I think her white husband been caught up in that too, because they said all of a sudden he's like a multi-millionaire. All of a sudden went from, you know, being worth a couple of $100,000 to super rich now. So they think that they might be involved in that. You know, he can't stand Ilhan Omar. So I think that chick gonna be going to jail in a few years.
Yeah. But I you know, when I'm looking at the news, I never see them taking the Somalians up out of there. But like they said though, they said that they didn't even have persons, you know, anything like that.
And those communities are so closed off. The outsiders are not welcome in. So, and they know they commit scams, you know. So why would they want that recorded and showed on YouTube? Because they know they're scamming.
Man, shit. Yeah, because even on the rise, I don't see no Somalians. I don't see too many brown skinned people out there. I see mostly white folks.
Yeah, and I can imagine what that airport looks now. I remember me and my sister flew into Minneapolis airport. I mean, all you mostly saw was Somalis everywhere. I bet their ass is gone. I bet they ain't there now. I bet you can go to
what you call them? Uber drivers and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm saying we was just shocked. It's like, well, you know, walking around downtown Minneapolis, it's like, well, these Somalis it was Somali. It's not just Somalis either. I guess Somali and Ethiopians, because it was.
Now you know that if y'all ain't never been to Minnesota, they got the largest mall in America. That's why that motherfucker called Mall of America. You went there, baby?
Why would I want to go to the Mall of America when I can go see? I was at Prince's house. I wanted to go to Paisley Park. I wasn't there for that. I had business to take care of.
I mean, how do you not go to Minnesota and don't go to the Mall of America?
Because I'm a super Prince fan. I was there to go for a Prince celebration. That's what we were celebrating.
I understand that, but most people go to Paisley Park and then they go to Mall of America. I mean, shit, you can't miss it because that's the only thing fucking there.
No, Prince was there, and that's what I went to go see. I was 4 days of Prince celebrations, and I went, and that's when they would release that Prince mural. So I was downtown when they
one downtown that they got painted up there.
Yeah, they just painted it, so I went there, and we were
yeah. What's that shit called? What is Second Avenue?
Was it First Avenue?
First Avenue, Second Avenue, one of them. Yeah, I took a couple pictures out in front of that joint. But yeah, I shit. Hold on, let me hold on. Let me see something.
12:21 a.m. The final order was given. The objective was entry. Floodlights cut through the darkness as tactical teams moved toward the compound's main access points. The structure didn't resemble a warehouse anymore. It resembled a fortified installation. The first breach came quietly. A controlled charge peeled back the steel door. Inside, the air wasn't just hot, it was toxic. Agents reported a metallic taste in their mouths the moment the seals were broken. The walls were lined with industrial scrubbers running at full capacity to hide the chemical signature from thermal satellites. Conveyor belts continued to move. Output counters ticked forward, but behind a secondary corridor, agents found the human cost of the operation.
Insist.
To start a podcast with Riverside.
Let me see if they talking about what they found. The human cost.
Because of alleged fraud in Minnesota, they're feeling the backlash on social media, seeing less business in their stores, and insist some retailers just too afraid to open their doors.
In a dim holding room, they found 61 individuals. 17 were American citizens. Others were from multiple countries. Several had been reported missing 6 to 9 months earlier. They were seated on the floor, malnourished and terrified. One man's pulse registered barely above 40 beats per minute. And the workers, They weren't just captives, they were ghosts. Their fingerprints had been burned off with acid to prevent identification if they ever escaped. This was the cartel's insurance policy against the human element. While rescue teams extracted the captives, evidence teams advanced to the production floor. What they found stunned seasoned officers. This facility was using the stolen childcare funds to purchase precursor chemicals. Ledgers showed purchases exceeding $1.4 billion over 18 months. The factory was producing 32 to 38 tons of fentanyl per day, alongside over 70 tons of cocaine per week. It was a closed loop. The government paid the daycare centers. The daycare centers washed the money. The money funded the drug factory. The drugs destroyed the community. By 4:19 a.m., the scale became undeniable. Production floors extended across 4 levels. One line item listed a single week's output valued at over $3.2 billion. As dawn approached, the compound was fully under control. The silence that followed was heavy. At 10:26 a.m., federal briefings began in a secured building.
$4 million of hard-earned tax dollars going to an education center that can't even spell learning correctly.
The total confirmed financial loss to the taxpayers stood at over $4.3 billion. That figure represented assistance that never reached the people it was intended to protect. Investigators estimated that more than 68,000 low-income children across the state had lost access to childcare because funds had been diverted to this criminal network. Legitimate childcare providers had closed because they couldn't compete with a fraud ring that didn't have to pay for food or staff. In some neighborhoods, licensed childcare capacity fell by nearly 22%. The system had not been blind. It had chosen not to look. Approvals had become automated. Oversight had become procedural.
So I wonder what they was doing. Well, like you say, they didn't let outsiders in, so it wasn't like a motherfucker just go up there and be like, "Hey, you know, I seen your daycare. Can I take a look around?" You know. Oh my God, man!
It was a lady that said she was trying to. It was several women that came forward. They were saying they were trying to enroll their children, Black, American, into these daycares, and they wouldn't even let them in. So they'd been turning them in. They just turned a blind eye. It's like, well, why can't I enroll my kid in this daycare? Because a lot of the daycares were closing and say you need to go to this one. But really, it was a criminal organization, and they said they saw no kids around, and they wouldn't let them in. So they've been kind of watching them for a while. And another thing too, I live in Houston. We have like the 3rd largest mall in the United States. We have the Galleria. Why would I want to go to Minnesota?
You know, the Galleria is big, but it ain't fucking Mall of America. But baby, I wasn't even saying like going in there just to, like shop and do all this shit. Because by the time you do one floor of that shit, you ready to go. But I just thought it'd be nice to see. I mean, it's nice. What up, Jalen? It's nice to see. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Jalen pop in.
It was nice to see what my favorite entertainer of all time, his house, his walking grounds, and listen to his stories. And that's what I want.
And you know what's so funny? Since you brought that up about, and I'm finna go here with it. So if they were doing all that shit there in Minnesota, there's a possibility that Prince maybe had got some of them damn pills. Yeah. That's what he died from, allegedly.
What does fraud have to do with fentanyl?
That's what they was making.
That's not what they were making.
That's what they just said. They was making fentanyl.
I didn't hear that part. But anyway,
I'm just saying they were making fentanyl and putting them in pill form. You didn't see the drugs?
Oh, no, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's what they was putting in them boxes, shipping off to all them wherever they were shipping them to.
Oh,
yeah.
But
So
anyway,
you can imagine the money they were making off shit. The daycare was honestly, it seemed like the daycare was the money maker. The drugs were just
no, the daycare wasn't making any money. The daycare was a front. I thought they were using like welfare money from like grants and welfare, saying they were spending it on children to learn their money and send to other countries. I thought they were doing the making the drugs in like South America and other countries, and that's what I thought. I didn't think that there was a fentanyl.
Yeah, that's what it said. It said it was a fentanyl warehouse. They say they was. That's why they had the what they said they had the fans and stuff going so they wouldn't smell the chemicals coming from the fentanyl. Yeah. Whatever they had in there burning some type of chemicals where they can smell the fentanyl. Because you know
It
that's
was
just like
out that they were using 90,000 gallons worth of water at night. That was kind of weird, but nothing was done during the day. All the electricity and water activity was going on in the middle of the night. So that was kind of weird. But I
well,
didn't
you know why that was though, right?
Yeah, because they were they were scheming.
Well, they could have done it in the daytime, but see, that's just like meth. You can smell it. So it probably was a strong odor, more than likely, right, y'all? If I'm right in the chat, that smell from meth and fentanyl it's a bad smell, and they probably would have smelled that shit, and that would have been a sign, for the police or anybody, to come over there and be like, man, what the fuck that smell is? So that's why they were doing it at night. Cause you can smell, man, like here when them folks was over there, like behind me and where I live at, it's like nothing but woods and stuff. Man, they were back there cooking that damn meth. You can smell that shit from blocks away. Yeah, that shit stink. And then them motherfuckers putting battery acid and all type of shit up, and man, that shit crazy. But anyway, I'm finna go and call a quiz. I'm finna get on up out of here. And yeah, I gotta make a move. This is so sad, man. But baby, let me ask you this here though, you and OG though. So with that being said, even though they're in Minnesota, you say why not? I mean,
Okay, first of all, that black person getting arrested, I always kind of discussed this a little bit yesterday. You're gonna have collateral damage, but he was able to prove that so I'm sad his house got broken into. Somebody don't like him and turned him in. You're gonna have collateral damage, but they're gonna get those those immigrants out of here, Somalis, and I really don't care.
yeah, I mean, I feel that part. I understand that part.
But you saw that the guy was released within an hour. He proved he was a citizen. He was straight. That's why I say I don't worry about that part.
Well, who wants to be going through all that shit though?
No, you know what? No one wants to, but that's why you're just collateral damage. But it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Because them Somalis gonna get up out of here. I mean, you did what was it? I think what you said was it $4 billion? I thought it was only $2 billion.
They said $4 billion with them drugs.
That's a lot of doggone money. They getting them up out of here.
But I wonder how. See, and that's another thing too. Like that tells me that the U.S. government is as crooked as them motherfuckers. Because how would you not know something going on if a motherfucker sending what is it? I mean, I don't even know what the amount is that you can send. Wire transfer. I mean, it gotta be what, maybe 100, 200.
That's how those accounts would automatically disappear. When they send the transfer, the accounts would disappear. So they're very sophisticated. Whoever was doing it, you saw when they said when the factories was being raided, they saw these $1 million transfers, and the money would go and then disappear. So the operation was very, very a very sophisticated operation. But
they got hurt. They got the old girl as the brains and operator of this shit. So her ass finna go lay it down unless she turn in whoever the main
white lady is at the top. It's a white lady, but it's like 70 something Somali, almost 80 that are underneath. So they all need to go. But I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. They're about to crack down on a lot of that. Unfortunately, but fortunately, they did it to themselves. And I saw something here in Houston. Well, I guess there are raids in Houston, and there are Mexicans here crying, talking about how Mexicans helped slaves escaped in 1820 something, and why aren't the blacks helping Mexicans, standing with Mexicans now? It's like, we're not trying to get hurt. That's y'all problem. So
right.
It's like we not doing it. So Mexicans are upset with blacks, but here we chilling. It's like shoot, y'all. That's y'all voted for Donald Trump. Y'all deal with it. That's what y'all get. Deal
Damn.
with it.
Yeah, that motherfucker said $4 billion, man. That is insane. Oh well.
And
Well,
what's sad? You and I can't get. I remember years ago when I was trying to get grants, and I'm a veteran, was trying to get a grant to start some. I used to have like a little duplex rental, trying to build some more rental properties. I couldn't get a grant, but they can come over here and get grants and all this other stuff like it's nothing. So
but they said, but in the thing it said that they were getting social security cards and shit from numbers and shit from the black market, which meaning that wherever them kids was overseas back over in Africa, them the motherfucking kids that they was getting they shit from. What up, Jalen?
What's up with it?
Man, sitting up here tripping off this shit, baby, just turned me on too. I didn't know that they was doing it like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some fraud happening in Minnesota. I feel like it's fraud happening all over the country, though. It's
goddamn right, because those Somalians here too.
We picking a Democratic state or a Democratic city to be like, this is what we want to focus our shit on because of whatever 4 billion or whatever. Which it could be exaggerated. I don't trust nothing I don't see on the news. I mean, I ain't gonna say I don't trust nothing, but I don't trust a lot of this shit, man. Because a lot of these right wingers like to try to enhance shit, make shit look worse than what it is, just so they can continue to terrorize these people, bro. So yeah, I just say, man, but they ain't cracking down on the backwoods of Arkansas and fucking Louisiana and even here in Texas, where it's plenty of motherfuckers doing different types of welfare fraud, food stamp fraud, housing fraud. Shit, the list goes on. And then we talked plenty about corporate fraud that's happening right here under our noses. Donald Trump being one of the biggest proponents of that. So honestly, I feel like all that fraud talk just some bullshit, man. At the end of the day, it's a good excuse, and I ain't mad at it because at the end of the day, it is taken away from the American taxpayer money. But at the same time, let's crack down on all that shit, bro. What happened to them Doge checks? They said they was freeing up all this money for these Doge checks, man. What happened to that shit? Or
Bro, I just said that shit not too long ago. But go ahead.
Or our tariff rebates. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. Any of this shit they said they've been generating all this money and it's supposed to be going to a good place. Seem like shit. The regular people's the ones losing benefits, man, losing food stamps, losing housing assistance, all this different shit like that. It's getting harder for the regular people out here, bro. And we can blame that on the immigrants, but shit, I feel like you can blame it on the system as a whole, bro, because the system as a whole will allow immigrants to do this for years and years on. They allow rural white people to do this for years and years on, but then black people don't disclose they got a man in the household, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you got motherfuckers at your door and shit, man. I'm just saying, bro. It's funny to me.
I get what you're saying.
Well, I think they have to start somewhere, and I think eventually they will start finding these countries and telling them, hey, I'm sorry, where is it, Somalia? Even though that's a poor economy, they're gonna pry that money back from them countries and bring it back to the U.S. That trust me, they're gonna find a way. They're gonna find.
They gonna pocket the money. We ain't gonna see that shit.
Well, I agree with that, but hey, at least that it's got to come back to the United States. So they got to start somewhere.
I don't think that they're gonna get much of that money back, man. I mean, they gonna get more money, of course. I think we figure out ways to generate money in some kind of way in this country. I don't think that a lot of money that get lost in fraud usually ends up coming back. It's usually lost in the wind for the most part. So
don't the Horn of Africa, don't they have like resource like minerals and oil and stuff that America's gonna pillage Somalia? It's already poor. They're gonna find a way to get in Somalia's ass. Trust me.
I don't know. I mean, maybe other parts. I don't know if Somalia is really all that resourceful. It might be. I mean, I'm sure most of
they're Arabic. They're part of the Horn of Africa. I think they have oil.
That don't mean all of the Horn of Africa got all these different resources. I mean, shit, I don't know. I don't know the geography of the Horn of Africa, so I can't necessarily argue with you on that one. I'm just saying that I don't know. I ain't heard about something like a lot of shit going on with Somalia as far as resources is concerned. Like mostly I hear is just the whole Muslim fighting and shit like that with the whatever you call that shit, Sharia law and all that different shit they got going on over there. That's
Okay,
been
well, I
all I
just
hear
looked it
about
up.
with them.
They have oil, gas reserves, gold, copper, zinc. We gonna pillage them. United States gonna pillage that shit. They gonna take it. The Horn of Africa. Yep, they got
I don't
resources.
know.
Right now, the Arabics are taking it, but trust me, if America can find a way, they're gonna go over and take it too.
I mean, if that's the case, we would have been did that. Because I mean, we doing it in all these other countries.
No, because they're considered like a part of Saudi Arabia, aren't they? They kind of align with the Arabians.
Yeah, and we kissing so much Saudi Arabian ass. How could we ever pillage that shit if Saudi already got their hands on it?
Because they're gonna say, okay, I think they're gonna come up with some sort of agreement. Somali stole $4 billion and blah blah blah, and U.S. taxpayer money. How are we gonna pay this back? Somalia's already,
But if you got like the Saudi king already invested in America,
and that's what I'm saying. That's why they don't mind pillaging Saudi. Somalia is very poor to have all these resources. So
that's usually how it works, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these poor countries have some kind of main resource, like Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? Having all this oil and shit like that. Argentina with different like fertile lands and shit, and
that's what I'm saying. Saudi Arabia is not gonna mind turning the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, Somalia over to do what you want with them.
I don't think they got control over Ethiopia. I think Ethiopia is pretty much sovereign at this point.
Is it?
Yeah, Ethiopia was one of the only countries that didn't get colonized during the whole colonization of Africa.
Well, I just know all of them.
I seen that. You're right, Jalen. You're right. I seen that.
Yeah, I mean they helped colonize other African countries. They was helping the Europeans and different other people conquer different African nations and shit. So that's the reason why
I just thought Eritreans, Ethiopians, Somalians, they all features. I just know they're all in the Horn of Africa. So
yeah, but Ethiopia is actually like the one Christian nation out of all those other nations. They got more Christians and Jews than like most of the other places, which have more of a Muslim or some other type of religion.
Yeah,
most of the Horn of Africa is aligned with, like you said, the Arabs and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think Ethiopia is where they say the Bible was written. The first Bible was created or whatever shit.
Man, let me tell y'all some crazy shit before we get up off here too. Like I was at a store here and I seen this truck pull up. It was a box truck, right? So these motherfuckers, they from over Arabic motherfuckers, whatever. I don't know what country, but they come from. I know one group is from Somalia, and then the other one's got to be from Pakistan, somewhere like that, right? So, man, I'm looking at the box truck pull up, and me knowing a little bit about the liquor industry and how the game work, you know, you can't buy liquor from Texas and bring that shit up here to Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't cross state lines with liquor, right? It's federal. And I'm pretty sure y'all knew that. But anyway, I was sitting up there, I was fucking with them. I was like, man, I said, y'all doing some illegal shit, man. I said, why y'all got all that liquor coming? I said, where that liquor come from? So I'm looking at the box truck. Box truck got Texas on it. I said, yeah, man. I said, boy, these motherfuckers always find a way to scheme and get over. Because I say, there was no fucking way you would be going to Texas and bringing back shit way from down, but it's cheaper. And ain't no telling, Jalen, they probably getting that shit, you know what I'm saying, in the black market, underneath the table or something, you know what I'm saying? Cases of Patron and Hennessy Crown and shit like that, yeah. So it's
I didn't know it was illegal to cross the state lines with liquor because shit, I done broke that law. Man, let me not talk. Let me just hush.
Nah, you done brought a bottle or two back, motherfucker. You ain't brought no fucking whole truck back.
Well, nah, but so is it a limit? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is it? Like, you can bring a bottle, but you can't take a truck.
You can't bring back no fucking truck to fill up stores.
I mean, I don't know. How else do they? I don't know, man.
I don't know the law on that shit, but I know you can't fill up a fucking truck and bring it back across state lines and fill your store up with it. That's federal, man.
But what if you cigarettes either?
Yeah, cigarettes too. You can't bring cigarettes across state lines. But that's what the motherfuckers doing. They go and get that shit from wherever. Whoever got the
plug. I'm trying to find it hard to believe that all the liquors is going. Like every state got a liquor distillery. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I don't think
yeah. You can't bring liquor across state lines. You can't go to Mexico and bring back no more. You see how when you come across the border, if you got too much fucking tequila, they gonna tell you put that shit back. You can't bring that shit. You can't bring that shit.
No, man. Like I said, I ain't saying that I'm disagreeing with you. I just find it to be kind of. That seems like it wouldn't make sense because I mean, I don't know. It seems like it would not every state would have a distillery, bro. Like just especially like up north places, man. I don't know. If you're able to make your brew in the
No, it ain't that. It ain't that, Jalen. It's Hennessy. You know, Hennessy come from overseas, France, shit like that. It's a cognac, right?
Cognac is made in France. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. So
made by Pacific families. Yeah, I know.
So with that being said, wherever that trailer, now that's a lick we need to go hit, y'all. But anyway, once that trailer get the wherever coming, say if it come to a warehouse in Nebraska or warehouse down there in Texas, whatever, you cannot take that liquor from that destination to Louisiana. You can't do that. You can't sell it in Louisiana. It gotta stay in Texas. That's just the law, man. And like OG said, cigarettes too. You can't bring cigarettes across state lines.
But if I just say I'm the nigga ready to distribute the shit and I'm buying the shit, I can buy it from a different state, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Once I get it in my state, can't go and take it to another state. That's what you saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that
Oh,
shit.
no, I'm just trying to make sense. I'm trying because I would think that, you know what I'm saying, all these trucks shipping shit from place to place, a lot of this shit is coming from different states, man. It just I don't know. But I don't know, man. Like
it's the sale of it, man. You know, everything got numbers and shit on it too, Jalen.
Numbers and stamps.
Yeah, numbers and stamps.
Like cigarettes. They all got state stamps on the bottom.
Yeah, like if you get like hey, prime example. If I come to Texas and say I find some Newports, man, and the carts are cheaper in Texas, I can't bring back 10, 20 cartons of cigarettes, bro. You probably can get away with about 1 or 2, but you got 10 to 20 fucking cartons of cigarettes, your ass going to jail.
Yep.
You going to jail.
See, this is where capitalism, bro, is the whole thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some people would say it's the regulations that's making this happen, but why would it not? If I bought something, I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with capitalism. They want to tell you that you can't do this, that, and the third. But I'm sure it's people doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just told you they doing it.
Yeah, we see that everybody's scamming, bro. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's always rules for thee, but not for me type shit, man.
Right. I get what you're saying about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with that. Hell yeah. I understand exactly. Like Scar said, you can't go on vacation to Mexico and bring back liquor. Like prime example, my brother-in-law, man, him and his wife, they were stationed in Cuba or Mexico, one of them motherfuckers, Cuba, I think. And he'll bring back them Cuban cigars. But he can only bring back or mail so many because if they check that package and that shit, you know what I'm saying, they see you got too much in there, guess what, Jalen? and your ass
Didn't even
going to
get no
jail.
Cubans for the longest, bro. Like Cubans was illegal. I want to say.
But it's coming across international water. It's
I don't
a
know.
dirty game, man.
I don't even think you can have one Cuban in America. I thought, you know what I'm saying?
It's a dirty
At least
game,
they
bro.
might have changed that shit though. I think Obama might have changed that shit, but I know at the point in time you couldn't have Cubans though. I thought.
No, you can't have that, bro. Cause
You can't have them.
no, I know you can't have them.
I know they were trying to sell them hoes in the Bahamas, boy. I was like, shit.
Boy, look, I'm telling you what's real. And if you bring it, if he was able to get all that shit back over here, and he was in the service, man, you know how much you make off one of them guys just selling a cigar alone, Cuban cigar, you can get down that shit $20-$30 for him over here, probably 50. Cause you know, motherfuckers take pride in that cigar taste, boy.
Yeah, man, I can't do it, man. I'd rather smoke.
Man, there's some motherfuckers that live and die for them cigars, man.
Yeah, they die for them.
Cigars is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, that's just another part of just stunning on niggas and shit for no reason, man.
Hell yeah.
Waste of time, waste of money.
Man. Hey, I remember just like you talking about, this before all the bullshit was going on. This back in the early 90s. And my cousin come back from Mexico with one of them big ass cigars, look like a goddamn garlic bread or some shit, big ass garlic bread or some shit, man. Dude, when I tell you, we passed that whole cigar around the club, bro. That one cigar, that motherfucker came back to us twice. That's how big the motherfuckers is, the one they roll up down there.
Man, y'all just passing a regular cigar with no tree in it, just like cigar?
It was just a cigar.
Shit, man. Y'all in there wilding.
Man, we ain't, I mean, it was just like motherfucker one tripping on that shit because you know,
no,
man.
I'm just saying, I ain't never passed no whole. I ain't never had no cigar opposite smoking either. But I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't think nobody pass around the tobacco like a cigar like that, bro. Like,
man, that motherfucker had a taste and a smell to it, man. That was different, bro. You gotta think about it. That shit over there wrapped different. A lot of that shit is hand wrapped. It burned different. It smelled different.
Tobacco, it might be probably more natural over there anyway. Because our tobacco full of all type of chemicals and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you ain't getting the Black and Milds and shit, man. Like they're a little bit less chemicaled up, but they still got all that bullshit in it too.
Man,
so.
Black and Mild, that shit there is a poor man's fucking cigar.
Well, of course, nigga, shit. Yeah, that's the only cigar.
I remember trying a motherfucker one day. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh, shit. I'm finna smoke one in a minute. Every time. Poor man. That's that. As far as it goes.
Shit.
I try to smoke a real cigar, and I can't handle that shit. Boy,
you got to hook up with Baby on that. She's the cigar queen.
She got it. I don't want it. that shit had me coughing too.
Oh, she the cigar queen.
I know she is.
Yeah, baby be smoking them fucking cigars. Shit, I'll tell you, motherfuckers puffing them big ass cigars. But man, listen, man, I enjoyed it, man. Shit, I gotta get Ghost, man. And baby, I think I did get that from you. Salute the baby, man, for supporting the platform as usual. I appreciate that. Guess I pay this motherfucking streamer. That's what I'm finna do. Man, Jalen, man, man, you know, when you talk about bullshit like Mo3 and shit, you know, you get all the motherfucking niggas up in the chat.
Yeah.
You talk about bullshit, there's a whole war about to go on around this bitch. And these niggas like, who killed Mo3?
Yeah, I mean, more people tuned in with that than they tuned in with what's going on with happening to some immigrants and what's happening on with the country, with decisions the country making and shit. And I mean, shit. Like I say, man, we cool with collateral damage until we the collateral damage, bro.
Exactly.
That's the problem. That's my.
I know my girl. Yeah, I see.
Collateral damage, man, and I get it, man. When we talk about war and all this different shit, you feel like something is a net positive, like getting immigrants out the country to you is a net positive. then you probably fine with a little collateral damage. But like, damn, man, I thought we still could fuck with our niggas, bro. That's why I say I ain't never gonna be mad at other groups of people for talking down on us when we got people in our own community that's been here and can trace their family back since way back that literally shit on niggas and act like black culture ain't even culture and all that type of shit, bro. Right here that we don't even check. They need to get deported. But now keep the immigrants, deport the other ones. I ain't mad at nobody for
Man,
staying.
I'm telling you, that's why when I be hearing like OG talk, man, and shit he be talking about, man, shit he done seen and what, man, listen, bro, I be tuned in, man, shit, cause hey, bro, that's the problem now. These motherfuckers don't know their history, don't know nothing about their history, don't know nothing about what happened in the 70s or the 80s. They just dumb. Motherfucker just dumb, just illiterate, don't want to get no knowledge, man, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Shit is weird to me, man.
Shit, I mean, the most undertone, man, the 60s and 70s, really, I feel like it's shit that everybody should know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they always go back to with civil rights and, you know what I'm saying, after civil rights and shit. And
Half of the motherfuckers don't even know Dr. King birthday. They said Dr. King birthday was yesterday. Motherfucker don't even know that.
Dr. King's birthday was yesterday. No, it wasn't. Dr. King's birthday was what was that? The 15th.
The 15th, whenever it was.
Yeah, it was the 15th, and today is Martin Luther King Day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, Martin Luther King Day, birthday, all that shit. You right about that there? Hell no, they don't vote. They don't vote. They don't look at state legislation, nothing.
Niggas be voting and then shit. These motherfuckers still making money deals behind your motherfucking behind the. That's what I'm saying. People be sitting here acting like just vote means something, bro. Like voting is one aspect of politics, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's what I'm saying. What is happening with the money, bro? We seeing that these niggas talking about they freeing up all this different cash and shit like that. Where is our black caucuses, the people that we say we voting for? Or where's the people that we supposed to be putting in power?
They probably getting the money, Taylor.
Huh?
They probably getting the money. We ain't seeing it.
That's my point exactly. You know what I'm saying? Is that they, or you know what I'm saying, getting lobbied to do certain things that you ain't voting for. You ain't voting for, oh man, I'm voting for them to go bomb whatever, you know what I'm saying, place because of whatever, you know what I'm saying, to go take this oil that, you know what I'm saying, ain't had shit to do with us. Is that gonna benefit us? You know what I'm saying? Right now the gas been low. I guess that might be why. Well, could we be over there raiding South America for their oil?
Ain't gonna do a damn thing. Not a motherfucking thing.
Real like they doing it. It sound like they doing it right now, man. I think the thing is that shit, they see that the American people is just gonna talk some shit online and then shit keep on pushing. Like ain't nobody really, you know what I'm saying, making a whole bunch of noise. All the people that they want to make the noise ain't making the noise. I don't know, because white folks out there, you know what I'm saying, protesting and whatnot, dog. I guess they don't give a fuck about that shit, man.
Man, let me tell you something, man. When you know when the shit really hit the fan, when the motherfucking guards fly up in that bitch, drop down with them parachutes and start laying motherfuckers out, then it's gonna be a big problem. But now it's gonna be motherfuckers killing civilians.
I mean, they can do that shit with just the people they got already. Them people be training, you know what I'm saying, they got all the shit they need to, you know what I'm saying, disperse a group of protesters for the most part.
Why you say it was very strange? I think it was strange because I feel the motherfucker was already selected before we even voted. That bitch was bought and paid for.
Yeah, I think that they gave us the black dude, just so they could bring in the chaos after that. Because I think that they thought that they was gonna make everybody feel like shit was better. You know what I'm saying? You seen niggas was talking about shit like racism was over with, bro, and still niggas to this day, you got a whole bunch of niggas in America that feel like racism is not a big deal.
Shit, you do.
Yeah, I feel like it's a whole bunch of them. It's not. We can't sit here and pretend like they ain't out there, bro. They definitely out there, bro.
Yeah, that's the honest God truth, man. And I hate it. I hate it for them. But you know, hey man, every dog got their day. They'll find out, you know. So, but yeah, man, I'm gonna get on up, y'all, and get up out of here. Yeah. Make sure y'all hit the like button and please make sure that if you can hit the Cash App or PayPal, man, I sure greatly appreciate it. until then, I'll probably holler at y'all tomorrow evening. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and eat and lay my ass down. So be like, you I feel, oh yeah, it was already, yeah, that shit was already illustrated. Shit was already won. And then besides that, they didn't want to see no woman in the White House. They didn't want to see no woman in the White House. OG, you got on hoodies and shit now? OG got on hoodies.
You ready to go slide on something, man? You want to do the
Yeah,
late
OG
night?
go slide on the motherfucker. OG finna leave out the mountains and go slide on the motherfucker, man.
Shit, I got the shiesty on my damn self, man. Shit.
Shit,
Or
for
what I say,
sure,
the
for
pull
sure.
over. Really, I ain't gonna call that shit no damn shiesty. It's a pullover. But
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm saying?
got you, man.
Yeah, man.
Shit,
I see y'all niggas, man. Y'all be cool out there, man. Man, just peep the game, man. That's all I can say, dog. Just peep the game, man.
for
You know
sure, for sure. All right, brother. All right, get up out of here, man. I gotta do some more digging on some other stuff for tomorrow. I do got some up my sleeve about some shit I talked about today, but shit, that's gonna be for tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all, just take care of yourself. That's the only thing I can say. Take care of yourself and just be aware. Stay aware, be aware. Stay aware and be aware. All right, y'all. I'm up out of here. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.